Good evening, everybody out there in YouTube land. How is everybody doing tonight? It is so good to see so many of you here already this evening. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hope that you guys have had a good week since last week. We've been semi busy. We are getting ready. Just as a reminder, if anybody is thinking about it, Richard and I have been getting ready for the Springfield, Ohio extravaganza, the antique extravaganza that is coming up the 17th, 18th, and 19th. We are going to be indoors at the youth building, right?
Yes.
We're going to be indoors at the youth building. We actually have two spaces. So they're right next to each other. So it is going to be a 10 by 20 space. Richard has been really busy on going through things, pricing things. So we are definitely looking forward to that. So if you guys are going to be in the area, or you're thinking about it, definitely come down and see us. Like I said, we'll be indoors in the youth building. We'll be hard to miss. We're going to be right along the wall. We'll have two spaces. So you might, I might be there. Richard might be there. We might both be there. Mama Wanda wants to come. So it'll be a family affair. So definitely stop by if you guys are going to be in the area. We would love to be able to meet you and say hello to you. So hello again, everybody just joining. We really appreciate it. Did you get your new username? Richard's working on his new username. So he will no longer be Rick C. Interesting. But yeah, so we've got a great sale. Of course we do. We've got a great sale lined up for you guys this evening. I will say, back by popular demand, I did elect to go ahead and bring back the Beeswick or the Royal Dalton, the Royal Albert, whichever, whatever, all one thing. The World of Beatrix Potter figurines. So we've got quite a few of them this evening. We're going to do it like we did last week. I'm going to show you the figurine. We'll have a price on that. We're going to do them all quick claims. That way we can get through them quickly. I know not everybody's interested, but you might just see one that you can't live without. Tonight, I have got some harder to get figurines, and I've got some really interesting kind of character figurines. So they fall outside of the traditional rabbits. We've got mice. We've got squirrels and turtles and dogs and foxes. Oh my. We've got some great Art Deco pieces in uranium glass. We do have three pieces of antique glass. The Mosier we're bringing back. We've got some Vaseline and uranium glass. We even have some French porcelain. We do have a few pieces of the RS Prussia that we will be bringing back this evening. I will say, last week I had a tremendous time. You are such a smart. Hear him back there? He's so proud of himself. He's so proud of himself back there. I see it right there in the chat. Of course, that had to be the one comment that it stopped on, right? I don't know what I was saying. So we do have a great sale. Last week, I really enjoyed it was a sale, and tonight is going to be a sale. Suzanne, do not encourage him now. But I really enjoyed bringing in more information than traditionally I would, and I am going to repeat that this evening. So we do have some interesting factoids that I will be sharing with Pam. Don't encourage it now. So I do have some interesting factoids that we'll be incorporating into this evening's sale, and I look forward to sharing those with you. Some interesting things that I didn't know. So Cindy now. So yeah, it's all quick claims. We will have a couple of items. Are you ready? We'll have a couple of items that I will do as the offer up as I did last week, if we only see one person, we're not going to do like a countdown or anything like that. We're just going to call it for what it is. So we will do that. But the vast majority is going to be quick claims. I think I counted 44 items in this evening's sale. So we definitely need to keep most of it to quick claims. So I'm excited. All right, let's get into the nuts and berries, as I like to say. If you are a new buyer or it's been a while since you've been with me. Louis is still being a butthead. So if it's been a while since you've been to the sale or you are brand new, the email address is right here. I know it's small. It's also the pinned comment there in the chat or down below, wherever you're watching it. It's in the description of the video. You got to send me your contact information. Needs to be your real name if it's different than your YouTube username, your full shipping address. The most important thing is going to be your zip code, so I can get you the discounted shipping rate for that. And last but not least is the email address that you use for PayPal. Please keep in mind, I only yes, indeed. But it's been I think we're in it a month now at this point. But if you don't have PayPal, you can still make a purchase. Just send the same email with the same contact information. Just let me know that you would like to check out as a guest, and I'll reply to your email with a PayPal guest link. You don't have to sign up for an account. You can use any credit, debit card, Venmo to pay through PayPal. The added benefit to that is that you still have your buyer's protection. So if I don't send your item out, which is not going to happen, but should that happen, you do have that purchase insured. So I am shipping from Ohio. As I have said before, I am asking for payments to be made within 48 hours of the invoice being sent. I will be sending all of the invoices out tomorrow afternoon between 12 and 1-ish. Look for your invoice. And yeah, I think that's about it. So welcome back, and let's get into it, shall we, boys and girls? We're going to start off with the World of Beatrix Potter figurines. Okay, we've got quite a few of them. The first one, I'm just going to do it like this. The first one that I show does have a chip to it. So we do have that first one with the chip. All of the rest of the figurines, as before, as with last week's, they are all in excellent condition. None of the other figurines have any chips or breaks or repairs. I have one figurine that has the box. Like I said before, the box doesn't really do anything for me. I guess for some folks it does. It's, I guess, nice to have, but to me, it doesn't really affect anything of it. So let's get into it. Like I said, the first figurine, we do have a chip. Now, the first one is an old school Beeswix. Okay, so this one is an old school Beeswix. You can see it there. There's no Royal Dalton. There's no Royal Albert on there. Okay. The first one that we have is Anna Maria. Anna Maria is a rat. She's not just a mouse, but she is a rat, and she is doing her laundry, I think. She's either doing laundry or making a big thing of dough. I don't know which one. Now, as I said, Anna Maria, our first one here, she does have like a black smudge on her. I didn't notice that before. Hold on, let me see if this comes. Oh, it does come off. Oh, sticker residue. Okay, so the black smudge is gone, but she does have a chip to the ear. Do you see it back here? So there is a chip to her ear. You can see it back there. All right, sad but true. I elected to get her anyhow, just because she is a harder to get figurine, and I was like, well, it's a chip. You can't. I mean, see what I'm saying? It's right here. Right there's the chip. You really can't see it. So if you pose her the right way on your shelf, you'll never know. She's a harder to get figurine, so I wasn't going to pass her up. That said, even though she's a harder to get figurine, she does have the chip on her ear. So we're going to give her at $18. $18. If anybody is interested, just put in the number 10 for number 10, $18 for Miss Anna Maria. Again, she is a rat. I think she's doing laundry. Or that's just a giant bowl of dough. I don't know. What do you guys think? Baba Earp is going for Anna Maria. Thank you, Bobby. I got you, lady. Okay, so I'm bringing this little guy back. Did I have three of them? Yes, I did. So I've got, this is the last one, you guys. It is the Tailor of Gloucester. The Tailor of Gloucester. He is the little mouse sitting. I love this one. Hey, Connie, I love this one. He's sitting on the little spool of red thread. Look at his little tail. And he's reading the newspaper. It is the Tailor and Cutter. The Tailor and Cutter. So he's reading his little newspaper. Oh my gosh, I think he's so cute. I love this one. Love this one. So Tailor of Gloucester, he will also be $18. And again, from this guy, from Tailor forward, they're all in excellent condition. Okay, so no other chips or cracks. So he will be $18 for the Tailor, $18 number 7, number 7 for the Tailor. I love these. They're all just, they're not overly fussy. They're simple. It's just a darling little collection. They whimsical and sweet, right? And everybody, it's all about the whimsy. Now, I don't know. Even though most people are not using the word whimsy correctly. Like, okay. All right, nobody for the Tailor. So again, Tailor is still available. $18. He will be number 7. Up next, I love this name. It is Appley Dapply. Appley Dapply has an inspection sticker on there. A couple of them did from last week. Okay, so we do have Appley Dapply. Appley Dapply does in fact have his box, if that matters to you. The only figurine that we have this evening that has the box, but Appley Dapply will come with his box. Look at, she's got little apple tarts and her little basket. Look at her little pink apron with what I'm assuming is supposed to be like a blue floral detail on there. Ooh, she's got the little blue, the cobalt blue little tie back on there. Is that not darling or what? I love the tray of tarts. Hence her name, Appley Dapply. Appley Dapply with her box will be $18. $18 for Appley Dapply. And that will be, she will be, I think it's a she, number 5. Number 5 for Appley Dapply. And again, we have her at $18. Okay. Up next, I'm bringing this guy back from last week. This is a character figurine. This is Tommy Brock. Okay. Tommy Brock is one of our character ones, and he is the badger, the black and white badger. Okay. Now, as I said last week, and I didn't determine, you think this would be one thing maybe that I had looked up, but I didn't. He's got his little shovel here with his sack. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a shovel mark in the grass or what this is to indicate. I almost thought it looked like a necklace. Is he burying jewelry? I didn't look up the tail of little Tommy Brock here. So Tommy Brock is our badger in his Sunday finery. Like I said, I found it to be a bit suspicious that he's out digging holes dressed like this, you know, with the sack slung over his shoulder. So Tommy Brock, he will be $25. Tommy Brock is $25, and he will be number 8. Number 8 for Tommy Brock. And again, he was $25. Okay. We've got another one. This is the old woman. The old woman, hold on. The old woman who lived in a shoe knitting. That's a tongue twister. The old woman who lived in a shoe knitting. Look at her. She's got her little blue yarn and she's knitting perhaps a sock, maybe a scarf. Look at her little red gingham dress. Look at her little bonnet on here. This is such a darling little figurine. She is so sweet. She's sitting in her little yellow wood chair, perhaps pine. The old woman knitting will be $18, $18, and she will be number 6. Number 6 for the old woman knitting, and again, she will be $18. We've got a good one coming up for you here. Okay. I love this name. It's Goody Tiptoes. Goody Tiptoes. That's a fantastic name. Goody Tiptoes. And she is our gray squirrel. Look at her. She's got a sack of, is it flowers? Is it corn? Rice? Don't know, but she's got a lot of it. Look at her. She is so darling. Again, little gray squirrel. Her name is Goody Tiptoes. Oh, she's so precious. Goody Tiptoes. She will be $20, $20, and she is number 9. Number 9 for Miss Goody Tiptoes. Look at that. I love it. I like the gray next to like this pink. That is so cute. Okay. One of my most favorite names, we had him last week, is Lisa G. You're going for Miss Goody Tiptoes. You got her. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. We've got Wilfred Toadflax. Wilfred Toadflax. I love this one. Oh, look at him with his little slingshot. Ooh, me. Yeah, you did it. You did it, Wilfred. Look at the little tail. Oh, his little denim overalls. That is so darling. This figurine is just precious. I know, right? The name is fantastic. The expression is so good. But Wilfred Toadflax here, he will be $20. $20 for Wilfred. And he is going to be number 1. Number 1 for Wilfred Toadflax. He does. He works out, right? Or he's just overeating, perhaps. Bubba Earp, you're going for Wilfred. You got him, sister friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. This is one of my most favorite figurines. It is a bunny. I have 2 bunnies. I thought I only had 1. We have 2 bunnies. This one kind of gives it away. It's Little Black Rabbit. Little Black Rabbit. Look at that. So we've got the black bunny and that fantastic Celadon, that mint green jacket. Look at his little flower. He's got what looks to be a little basket of bread. I love this one. So it's Little Black Rabbit. We love a good descriptor. I mean, that sums it up there, right? I love it against that mint green. It's fantastic. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so Little Black Rabbit, Little Black Bunny. Is that what it is? I wrote bunny. It's Little Black Rabbit. He is $25. And Little Black Rabbit will be number 4. Number 4. This one is it's a good contrast because I think we have a couple of black figurines this evening, and they just stand in really good contrast to the other lighter colors in the collection. Bobby, you got it, sister. Thank you. Okay, who we got? this next one. These names are so good. Okay. She's a chunky little one. Figurine. This is Little Pig Robinson. Little Pig Robinson. That's a fantastic name. You got to admit it. So, Little Pig Robinson. Look at her in her little blue and white dress. You can see her little pantaloons sticking out there. She got the white and blue striped pantaloons there. She's got her basket full of goodies. Isn't she? Look at her. She's just prancing right on. She's hustling, man. She is a lady in movement. So, Little Pig Robinson, she will be $15, $15, and she is going to be number 2. Number 2 for Little Pig Robinson. These would be great gifts for like the grandkids or the kids, you know, especially if you read them the Beatrix Potter books or short stories. I know the pastels are fabulous. Okay. Now, this next one. She is a she's a high society lady. This is Lady Woodmouse. Ooh, where am I at? Lady Woodmouse. And she is decked out. Ready? Look at her. She is a lady. She's got her hat on with her flower. Look at her dress. Isn't that fantastic? All of the different colors back here, just, I love it. But she does have her apron on to keep herself clean in those dirty streets. Hmm. I love the pose on this one. You got a lot of good different posing options with her. I think this one's the best because you can see like the bustle. Hmm. You can see that bustle on there, and then like the black and the burgundy with that blue. It's so charming. And I love the hat. I love it. So Lady Woodmouse, she will be $18, $18, and she is going to be number 3. Number 3, $18 for Lady Woodmouse. Yep. I had who was it? It was Anna Maria. She was like, she's an OG. And you can also tell too, Lisa, I gotcha. Do you see how like Lady Woodmouse, while vintage, she's not one of the OGs, there is like a semi matte glaze on the original ones, where the newer ones, you see how shiny she is in comparison to Anna here, back here, Anna. So that's a good way just to like look at them, but then you can see, you know, the difference. Obviously, we have the Royal Dalton mark on here, where this one just says the Beeswick. So, Lisa, I got you for Lady Woodmouse. Okay, this one is a fun one. Unexpected creature. This is Mr. Alderman Ptolemy. Mr. Alderman Ptolemy. What is that? A lawyer? Or no, is that what is the alderman in British? A judge? A lawyer? I can't remember. It's one of the two. It's a legalese, a legal rep, somebody in the judicial government, I'm pretty sure. Right? Alderman. Somebody Google that one quick. But he's a tortoise. Look at him. He's got his chain on. I don't know. He's got a satchel full of something. Oh, a melon. He's got a melon in his satchel. Look at him. He is a chunky figure. He's a little tortoise. I love it. This one is just such an unexpected figurine. I love it. An elected member of a municipal council. Okay. Or maybe it's a pineapple because it's got leaves up here. Maybe it's a pineapple in there. He's a city councilman. Okay, there we go. So, Mr. Alderman Ptolemy, he will be $20, $20, and he is number 13. Number 13. Hello, boys and girls. This one's got a little bit more of an ornate paint job, especially with the shell. Isn't that darling? I love it. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. This is the finest of the finest dressed. It is a lady mouse. This is a lady mouse. Okay. She is in her regal finery. She's got her little vanity mirror here. Look at her. I love this one. It's the hat that really does it for me. It is so darling. Lady Mouse here will be $18, and she is going to be number 20. $18, and she is going to be number 20. Flip this open here once. We are bringing another pig. This is Pigling Bland. Pigling Bland. That's quite the name. Pigling Bland. Pigling Bland is a piggy. Look, I think these are flowers. No. No, it's like, you know how they used to have like the wood stick with like the satchel tied to it? I think that's what it is. See the wood stick, but he's just carrying it by the satchel. Isn't he adorable? I love the airbrushing along the eyes, the snout, the mouth. Gives him a really good detail. Interesting color palette. Hobo stick. He's so cute. I don't think he's very bland, though, I have to say. But Pigling Bland, he will be $25, 25, and he is going to be number 15. Number 15 for Pigling Bland. Okay, again, 25, number 15. Up next, I think we have got our rarest of the figurines this evening. She is a hard to get one, and this is Duchess. Duchess. Let's see it here. Ready? Look at her. It's our little black dog with her blue bow, and she's got a little pie here. So this is Duchess. Again, she is probably the hardest to get figurine that I do have to offer this evening. She is in excellent condition. And we priced her competitively this evening. She is going to be $75. That's right. Miss Duchess. She ain't playing around. $75, and she will be number 18. Number 18 for Miss Duchess. Okay. Got a few more to go here, folks. Next up, a really darling little name. She is simply referred to as Clover, as Little Miss Clover here. And the Little Miss Clover, look at her. She's toasting her bread, but she's got it on the little fork here so she can hold it next to the fire. Talk about old timey. My goodness. She's got a little loaf of bread here, sliced, of course, ready to get toasted. She does have some like extra. I'm assuming it's extra. Oh no, wait. Is she chipped? No, she's glazed over, but that does look chipped. I'm saying that is chipped. My apologies. It's fully glazed over, but that is chipped. So I don't know if they glazed her at the factory and they didn't catch that one, but she is chipped, but that is glazed over. So factory damage, I guess. I don't know, Bobby. It just says, Michael, can I get this stupid the Badger? I don't like this new formatting. You can. Tommy Brock. Let me double check, Bobby. Tommy Brock. Yes, you can. You got him. I almost wrote Brock again. So, okay, I'm going to have to change my price. Okay. So Clover does seem to have a factory issue. No, thank you. I appreciate it. Does seem to have a factory issue here. So Clover is going to be 20. Clover is going to be 20. She is going to be number 11. Number 11 for Miss Clover. Toast in her toast. Could you imagine having to toast your toast like that? Kind of would take out some of the fun. Up next, we've got a more difficult figurine to get. I love this name. Pickles is her name or his name. I don't know. His. I think this was a boy. Pickles. Oh, look at. I love this one. Yeah. See, I think he's wearing like a little brown jacket here and then has got like a smock. He's at work maybe. And this is like his little ledger or journal. Look at, he's very surprised looking. He's quite tall too. So we do have Pickles here. And Pickles is going to be $40. And that will be number 14. Number 14 for Pickles. This one's quite fantastic. Doo-ba-doo. We've got our other bunny this evening. Trying not to bump them against each other. Bear with me. This one is Miss Bunnykins. Love the name. Miss Bunnykins. She is definitely in her Easter finery because she's got a basket full of Easter eggs. Look at her. Is she not fabulous? Look at that dress. It just has like a very like Nantucket kind of vibe to it, that dress. It's got like a nautical vibe to it. Perhaps it's just like the stripes and the color palette. Isn't that fantastic? But Miss Bunnykins here with her basket full of eggs. She's going to be $18, $18, and she will be number 12. Number 12. I love her. That's a great one. She's a like chunkier figurine too. So like a lot of it has to do with the dress. Now what?
Pickles is a terrier who runs a small village shop called Ginger and Pickles.
Well-
Ginger, a yellow tomcat.
See, look at me using deduction. We've got right. So we've got like a smock. I sometimes. This one, the name is quite fun. It is No More Twist. No More Twist. And No More Twist is praying for no more twist because she is trying to get that thread through the needle. And what I love about this one is that it looks like she's standing on top of like an embroidery or a quilt of some sort that she's working on. Like the vast majority of them are going to come on like grassy knolls or something like that. But No More Twist here, the little mouse. Look at that. She's like Trying to get that thread. No more twist. No more twist. I love it. It's absolutely darling. But no more twist here is going to be $18. $18. And she will be number 17. Number 17 for no more twists. So no more twists. Up next is like a really popular one within the collection. A lot of people go for this one. It is Foxy. Yes, that's right. Foxy Whiskered Gentleman. Foxy Whiskered Gentleman. And it is, yes, that's right. He is the Foxy Gentleman. Look at him. I love his outfit. The blue, the pink, quite fantastic. So he's a little red fox. All of the other creatures better watch out. Better watch out, right? So our Foxy Whiskered Gentleman will be $25, $25, and he will be number 20. Number 20. I know he does got them knickers. He likes showing off his legs. Ow. We're bringing back one that we had last week. Fantastic name. Hunka Munka Spills the Beans. Hunka Munka Spills the Beans. Now, Hunka Munka, while it says spills the beans, the canister, as the one with last week, it says rice. But then when we look down here, we've got blue and red. We look in here, honestly, I guess this could be a little bit more bean-like, but it looks like the beans are on fire. I don't know what's going on with this figurine. Maybe jelly beans, right? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, beads. Oh my gosh. That's what. It's not beans, it's beads. Well, that explains the color. Beads, not beans. It spills the beads. Beads. Good catch, Cam. I guess that would better explain it. And they're just storing the beads in the rice jar. Because why not, right? Why not? Hunka Munka, who spills the beads, will be $20, $20, and is number 19. Number 19. Okay. All right. We have got two more to go. Two more. Miss Apples is up next. Miss Apples is up next. She is also got a great outfit on her. She very much could have been strutting around with Lady Woodmouse from earlier. Look at her. She's got a plate of cheese. Yes, she does. Miss Apple. Look at that dress. I love it. With her little block of cheese. I'm assuming it's Swiss. Like I said, she could very much. So this is Lady Woodmouse, and this is Miss Apple. Maybe they're sisters. Could be. Sisters, sisters, anyhow. So Miss Apple will be $18, $18 for Miss Apple, and she is going to be number 23. Number 23, $18, Miss Apple. Okay, our last one is going to be Pigwig. 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 We've got Pigwig. And she is our black pig. I love it. And her blue dress. She's got a little sack of goodies. She kind of goes well with, where's he at here? right. I love collecting the subcategories. So you do like the pigs or the rabbits or the mice, or shoot, you can do them all, right? But we've got Miss Pigwig here, another harder to get figurine, and she will be $40, and she is going to be number 21. Number 21, again, $40 for Miss Pigwig. Miss Pigwig. All righty. That is it. We made it through. Well, that's interesting. You know, one week you can't, you sell them all, and then the next week you're like, nobody likes these anymore. How quickly things can change. All right. We are moving on. So if you're not into the world of Beatrix Potters, you can breathe a sigh of relief. We are done with them. To everybody, to anybody, well, Bobby, Lisa, thank you. Ladies. Appreciate it. We're moving on now, but we do have another little figure roll piece, I should say that. This next piece is something that kind of, it really piqued my curiosity. One, I saw it and I hemmed and I hawed about it, and then I ultimately decided to go for it. It is a beautiful little piece. It is only 5 1/8 inches tall. 5 1/8 inches tall. Check it out. Isn't that fantastic? So, you know, we've got a black base here with gold striping on it. Get you up close. Nothing too fancy there, but look at our beautiful lady here. So this is removable. Okay. I love her. She's got like that very Marie Antoinette kind of vibe to it. Look at the little cherubs on her dress, the hair detailing. It's very stylized. So we have like exaggerated limbs, obviously a like more exaggerated neck here, the bustle on her. She's fantastic. You know, I am not the biggest yellow fan, but I have to say I absolutely adore her. She is beautiful. She is one of, I think it's 5 total figurines. Now, it is not just a figurine, it is also a music box. And it does play The Marriage of Figaro. You can see here it is by the stamp. It is House of Erte. Okay. House of Erte. And it is our music box. It does, in fact, play. So you can wind it up. You guys hear it? She's doing her 2-step. I love it. So total assembled 5 1/8. So you wind it up and you can put her back on there, and it does play unimpeded, so you don't have to worry about it stopping or anything like that. So again, it is The Marriage of Figaro that is playing. It is House of Erte. So I kind of was like, what really is the House of Erte, right? It is from the Franklin Mint. Okay. So the House of Erte is, interestingly, it's a partnership, but let's talk about it because is Erte somebody? And the answer actually is yes. Erte, his real name, and it is a gentleman's name, is Roman de Tir Tirtov. Roman de Tirtov. And he is widely considered the godfather of Art Deco. So Roman de Tirtov was born in 1892 and he passed in 1990, 98 years old. He actually was Russian, okay? And the Erte that we see, that we know, right? Erte is actually, it is the pronunciation, the phonetic pronunciation of his initials RT in French. And he did that for a very specific reason. And that was because his family were actually Russian aristocrats, but they had rose kind of through social ranks because of their military prowess. Now, Erte or Roman, he was an artist. Not only was he an artist, but he loved fashion. So you can only imagine back in the early 1900s coming up through a Russian militant, aristocratic Russian militant family, what that kind of meant for him. So he elected to go by Erte, again, RT, his initials pronounced in French, to kind of like distance himself and kind of use that moniker as a way to shield himself from his family so his family wouldn't suffer any embarrassment. What? I don't think so. Am I frozen?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. So I just thought that that was really kind of interesting little tidbit. So he was known artisan as Erte. He did, it was, I think they said over 2,000 covers and illustrations for Harper's Bazaar. Again, most of it being fashion. He did like a lot of women. I think his style is very well recognizable. Again, considered kind of like the father of Art Deco that we know, very stylized, elongated, kind of fluid, simple shapes, but still incorporating kind of like hard line geometric shapes to it. Now, House of Erte actually arose from the Franklin Mint partnering with the living Roman. Roman partnered with the Franklin Mint. They developed the House of Erte, and the intention was to bring his two-dimensional art to three-dimensional life. So there are a number of different like Franklin Mint, like they have like the statues. I think they did plates. They did smaller figural pieces, and I did not know that they actually did these little small little music boxes. So again, Roman de Tirtov was Russian, who went by the moniker Erte, which was the phonetic French pronunciation of his initials, RT, to avoid embarrassing his aristocratic Russian military family. And again, he partnered with Franklin Mint, the surviving Erte, partnered with the Franklin Mint to bring his art to three-dimensional life. And again, he passed in 1990 at 98 years old. So no chips, no cracks. She is totally assembled, 5 1/8 inches tall, 5 1/8 inches tall. And she plays the Marriage of Figaro. She is going to be $75, and she is number 30. Number 30. And I love that tiny little face. You have a resident who is 106. That is wild. Look at how fine. So the cherubs are going to be transferred. Those aren't going to be hand painted on, obviously. Though I'm sure there is some artist out there that could make it happen. So again, we had the House of Erte, the Marriage of Figaro. She was $75, and that was number 30. Set that down here carefully. Okay. Little factoids there for y'all tonight. Up next, we've got a harder to get figurine. Now, I did rescue her. When I found her, she was damaged and she was filthy, but I still picked her up because I absolutely adored it. And I was like, you know what? I can save this. It's still a collectible figurine. We'll just bring it at a really reasonable price. It is, thank you, Peace. It is a birthday month. It is October. This is a Napco. She doesn't have her sticker, but you can see kind of the typeface numerals on there. And she's got the yellow and black kind of drama mask to her. She presents beautifully. Like I said, she was just filthy when I found her. Her halo fully intact and bright and shiny. Her rosebud her little mask here, her spaghetti. Unfortunately, it was in fact a wing that was damaged. It is this wing. Don't know. You can kind of see. Let me try go this way. Well, up here you can see the crack there. So the wing was broken off. I did glue this back on. It is done with Gorilla glue, so it's on there nice and tight. All right. So she was damaged. I knew it when I found her, but I was like, you know what? I can clean her up. And look, she presents beautifully. I mean, it is difficult to see, though it is there. Okay. She is repaired. All right. We are missing like a little tiny little speck of the porcelain right there. But shoot, why not? Right? And because of the repair, she's going to be thank you, Shannon. She's going to be $18, and she will be number 25. Number 25, again, $18. She does have a repaired wing back there on this side. All righty. Oh, Miss Ouch, you got her, sister friend. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, what do we got next? A hard to get piece. I don't have his mate, unfortunately. It is a Napco piece. We do have the foil sticker, albeit it is quite worn up here, but are you all ready? It's the anthropomorphic lovebirds. So obviously he is missing his mate. It was the little girl, and she had like the red, I believe it was a red hat, or was it a heart? She had red on her. I know that for sure. But he's got his little black top hat there with his red heart. It's such a weird piece. Now, again, he was just, ooh, this is pepper, by the way. So they are salt and pepper shakers. But what a fantastic kitschy figural piece. I mean, he's in great condition. Now, I will say right here, you can see in the craze marks, there's a little kind of staining in there. I could not get that off. When I got him, there was like some yellow crud, and I got that off, no problem. When I feel this, it's completely smooth. Like I get no texture, whatever. So I don't know if it was causation or correlation. I'm thinking maybe correlation that there was some yellow gunk there, but I got that off. But there is, you can see, staining there and that crazing. It is under the glaze though. All right. Otherwise, what a great display piece. But it is just for the one, sadly. I only found the one piece. He is going to be $40 for anybody interested, and he will be number 24. Number 24. It's the Napco boy anthropomorphic boy bird. That's just a great figural piece. I mean, that's really weird and unusual, right? He's got the classic gold sponging detail on there. Okay. Up next, we got a different kind of bird. Okay, this is from 2010. It is the Leo Ward. It is the Bird of Hope. What a gorgeous pink color. Isn't that fabulous? So it is signed Leo Ward down here on the bottom. And again, dated 2010. It is the Bird of Hope. No chips or cracks on it. Beautiful pink color. She will be $30. $30. Number 22. Number 22 for the 2010 Leo Ward Bird of Hope. Again, we put $30, number 22 on that one. Okay. I do have a couple of pieces. I have 2 uranium and 1 Vaseline. So I do have this singular. I do have this single tumbler. I thought that I would, or ice cream. What do you call this? Glass. It is anchor hawking. It is done in the princess pattern. It's done in the princess pattern. There is a flea bite right here. There is a flea bite on there. Okay. Flea bite. It's not sharp, but it is present. So we've got anchor hawking and the princess pattern. Again, y'all know the gig. It's uranium glass. It glows, right? Whether you collect it, display it, use it as a riser, put a candle in there, it's totally up to you. You flip it upside down, and then you can put your figurines on there. Because we do have our flea bite in there, it is 6.5 inches tall. 6.5. It's a Sunday, right? It's 6.5 inches tall. Again, anchor hawking. It's not hallmarked or anything, but it is. It's anchor hawking princess pattern. It will be $15. $15. Number 27. Number 27. $15. Okay. From Anchor Hawking, we are now going to go to L.E. Smith. L.E. Smith. This was quite the find. I was very excited. Okay. And it is in excellent condition. It is the L.E. Smith Annette. This pattern is called the Annette. So we do have a lady here in repose. You can see she's got 2 dogs, Afghans, one coming out to the side, and the other one is facing forward. So a little bit more difficult to read. But it is a powder jar. Would have been part of a vanity set. Okay. Again, this one is Ellie Smith, named Annette. The pattern name is Annette. This would have come specifically from the 30s. Again, in excellent condition. While this is uranium glass, you can kind of see, let me get the tumbler here, the difference, right? This one, far more saturated. This is almost completely clear, almost completely clear. And even when I turn the light out, might help if there's little to no fluoresce on this. Okay. Even on the lid, I think in this light, you guys will be able to see, again, tumbler, and you can see this one, it's much lighter green. It just doesn't contain as much uranium to make it that darker, more traditional uranium glass green, though I will say she does fluoresce a little bit better. But again, it's not super intense or anything like that, but she does have a fluoresce. The bottom of the jar, not as much. So would I add this, or could you add this to your UV collection? Of course, absolutely. Are you going to get this bright glowing green piece? No, you're not. So it really is going to be because you love the pattern, the idea of it, and maybe just because you prefer this colorway, right? There are no chips, no cracks to it. Again, it is the Ellie Smith Annette. It is from the 1930s. And you know what? I did want to know what exactly was going on. Was this Annette actually a person? The answer to it was no. Annette wasn't, at least from any current records, anything that they can say, oh, Annette was a real person and this is who she was. Ellie Smith, Anchor Hawking. Just like with Anchor Hawking, even though it was a utilitarian piece, or like the glasses, the plates, it was named Princess Pattern. And the reason that they did it, especially around the 1930s, was because they did it with intention to overly romanticize the pieces. More often than not, they would do like European or French sounding names, again, to romanticize it, to kind of get people to appraise it a little bit more. So I just thought that was a little interesting thing. It was a marketing ploy back in the day. Was, hey, we're gonna give these, we'll name it Annette, we'll name it Princess, we'll give it these European, the molds, we'll give them European sounding names as a way to kind of subtly influence our buyers into it. So it is 5 1/4 inch tall, 5 1/4 inch tall. Again, excellent condition. She will be $55, and it will be number 29. Number 29. It is the Ellie Smith Annette Vanity Jar. More than likely like a lotion or a potion. Thank you, Glowy. Appreciate that. You could still totally use this too. Thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. Glowy, I got you first, sister friend. It's coming to you. All right. Let me slip this over here. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. All right. I do have. All right. I'm having an issue here, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this out of the way. With these here. I have a piece of Vaseline glass here. It's really a random piece, but I do think with the right creative mind, you're going to be able to think of something to do with this. Now, this would have been part of an e-print. I think once you see it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, okay. But it is our Vaseline with opalescence. It is our hanging basket, right? So this would have hung off of a crane, literally, or cane, not crane. It would have hung off of a cane with a hook. Okay. This more than likely would have contained like dried florals to kind of be like a perfume or a room fragrance. So you would put the dried perfume in there, dried flowers. Now it does have a sanded bottom that is smooth, but it will stand. Okay. It will stand on this flat bottom. I would not trust it. To be honest with you, I really wouldn't trust it. So if you did have something that you could hang it on, that would be preferable. Or you could certainly display it lying on its side. While it will stand, I wouldn't trust it. Okay. This thing is definitely uranium rich on that one. We're not struggling to show that off. The basket itself is in excellent condition. And from what I could say is that I think like you guys seeing this, you can kind of envision or picture what this would have gone on, the overall look of the one that would have gone on that. And in keeping in mind that, this is what kind of surprised me. Those e-perns with like the really elongated flute in the middle with like the longer canes on them hanging with the baskets, those more than likely were actually English. Those were English glassmakers. Like that kind of blew my mind. I would have thought for real that they would have been like Czech or like a Bohemian glass, but no, that particular style of Epern would have more than likely have been English made. Think Storebridge. Oh, no, that's what it was. They were made in a region in England called Storebridge, right? Very specific. So that particular style of Epern would more than likely, not always, but more than likely would have been English and made in the region of Storebridge. Stephen and Williams and then Thomas Webb would have been two, I think, more well-known glass manufacturers for that particular type. So yeah, the original piece, it probably more than likely would have been all that yellow Vaseline glass with the opalescent. The only thing I got is the basket. The basket in total length is 6.5 inches. That does not seem right to me, you guys. That's not 6.5 inches. Maybe it was 5.5 inches. And it will be $30 for the basket, number 28. Number 28. Taylor's seeing web. Yeah. It was like I said, I always operated under the assumption. Thank you, Taylor. I always operated under the assumption that, like I said, thank you, Pats. I got Taylor first, but it was always like, oh well, it's like a Czech glass, right? It's a Bohemian glass, but no. And I'm only speaking to this particular style, but quite fantastic. Taylor, congratulations and thank you. The basket is coming to live with you. All right. Let me set this stone over here carefully. All righty. Up next. Do what?
For Hawking,
You want the princess? Val, you want princess? Was it the name? Did they get you? Did Anchor Hawking get you with their marketing name? Hmm. Are you romanticizing? Val, it's coming to you, girl. I gotcha. All right. Thank you. I got a piece of Fenton glass for you. Of course I do. It is in Carnival. Ooh. It's the butterfly. Y'all, it's the butterfly. We got a nice ground, smooth base here so we can display it. Sitting down. Look at that. Ooh, eyeballs. That would be great for Halloween. Look at that beauty. It is an amethyst glass, though it's incredibly difficult to actually see. Look at that metallic, fantastic. Fenton does an excellent job with Carnival glass. Look at that. No chips or cracks to it. This is a later, obviously, we can tell by the scripted Fenton here on the wing. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. I love Carnival glass. But you know what? I didn't really fully understand Carnival glass. I think a lot of us know where the word generically kind of comes from. Now, Fenton should be really good at Carnival glass because it was Fenton. That's right, boys and girls. It was Fenton in 1907. So Carnival glass is not that old, y'all. But Fenton developed Carnival glass in the United States. Carnival glass is a US innovation. It was a direct response to the popularity of the development of Tiffany Freville glass, right? That super like soft, lustery kind of finish that Tiffany or Steuben glass did. Later companies like Luette's would then copy off of Tiffany. Obviously, Tiffany glass being a very high end, even Steuben was a very high end glass manufacturer, and not a lot of people were going to be affording Tiffany glass, especially that gorgeous Freville. You know, it's just like that shiny. It's like it's got like a highlighter on it, right? So Fenton got to work and said, well, what can we do? We don't want to do the exact same thing. So Fenton ended up again in 1907 developing not Carnival glass, but it was called, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Iredell. Iredell is what the original name to this is. This Carnival glass, Fenton patented Iredell glass. It was named Iredell glass. The intention was that Fenton was offering Iredell glass as the alternative to Tiffany's Fenton glass. They very much kind of wanted to give that look or that feel to more people, right? Now, unfortunately, it kind of developed Carnival glass when it first came out, developed the unfortunate nickname of the poor man's Tiffany glass. So it kind of had that working against it. Once it kind of adopted that moniker of poor man's Tiffany, Fenton was still offering the carnival glass at a premium. It wasn't as high as like a Tiffany Freville, but for Fenton in the day, this was considered a more premium process, and so the price reflected it. Unfortunately, the price point, people were just like, I'm not buying it at that price point. And Fenton got stuck with a whole bunch of overstock of their Iridil glass. So, what were they going to do with it? They bulked it and sold it to carnivals. And carnivals bought it and then started passing out. It was Fenton. It was actual Fenton Iridel glass manufactured by Fenton, meant to be sold by Fenton, but they couldn't sell it because people were like, it's still too expensive. We don't want that. And so Fenton had to do something with it. They took a hit on it and sold it to carnivals, and it became so popular as a carnival prize that we now call it carnival glass. Isn't that wild, the journey? So you could have like a 1920s piece of Fenton Carnival glass, and it might have actually have been won at a carnival. Isn't that cool? I thought that was so neat. But anyhow, this is a 1980s piece of Fenton Carnival glass. It is our butterfly. There are no chips or cracks to her. She is gorgeous. She is $40 for our Iridel. I want to call it Iridel glass from now on. When referring to Fenton, we can. And then what happened was other companies started making and manufacturing it. Like you think of like much later, but like a Jeanette, or an Indiana glass. Um, they then were like, it's really pretty. And it's not that people weren't interested in it. They weren't interested in it at that price point. So then they kind of made less expensive carnival glass and people would buy that. So that's why you would see like a lot of marigolds, right? But anyhow, the Fenton butterfly is $40, number 26. Number 26, again, it is an amethyst glass base. So our Iridel Fenton butterfly here. Again, $40, no condition issues. My goodness.
The specific one.
I didn't look that up. I would have to say that it more than likely was the marigold that they started with. I could be wrong. That's just a huge assumption on my. Iridel is spelled Iridil. Iridil? 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 Iridil. Iridil. Yes, Kim, that's how you spell it. Okay, we have got another piece of Fenton. This one is in amethyst. It's in our daisy and button, and it look at how absolutely tiny this little boot is. I just can't. Right? Hello, how are you doing tonight? It's so precious. Look at that amethyst glass. Again, daisy and button. There are no chips or cracks to it. It is going to for the mini boot, and it is 3 inches from toe to heel, 3 inches from toe to heel. So it is a tiny piece. It's so precious. $15, and it will be number 40. Number 40. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. Up next. Hold on. We do have a piece of Mosier. This is in Amberina, and it is a top. Oh, Val. Val for the boot. You got it, Val. Thank you. Appreciate that. We do have this gorgeous Mosier Amberina tumbler. Look at that gilding, or gilding, the enameling on there. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? Set against that Amberina glass. Look at that. There's no chips. There are no cracks. This is just an artisan number. It's not an actual it's not an actual like Mosier glass. It's just somebody that did the painting on the front. I mean, it's a real signature, but it's not like to indicate Mosier. Isn't that lovely? Is that not beautiful or what? I mean, you can see the relief on that. That enameling is just so thick. That is fabulous. It is 5.5 no, it is 5 inches tall, 5 inches tall for our Mosier Amberina tumbler with the enameling on it. Look at that. Excellent antique condition. It will be $40, and it will be number 31. Number 31. Okay. Number 31. What? What?
That's gorgeous.
Thanks. Thank you, Lisa. It's coming to you. Miss Lisa G. Appreciate you, lady. Thank you. It doesn't actually. I'll double check it. I did do it. It was a bit brighter in here when I was. I mean, actually, the amber, it gets like a little bit of a green glow. I don't know if it's coming through, but it's not like it's not like later amberina. They used different chemicals in it. It's light. It's a light green, kind of like the lucite, like the candles, how they get that weird green glow. But thank you again, Lisa. Appreciate it. Okay, so we did the other week, we did like a bunch of the Rococo style frames. Y'all, I about fell over when I found this one. Now, it is not Rococo, but it is an Art Nouveau. It's a more simple Art Nouveau. It is a frame. Look at this. Obviously, there's just a piece of cardboard in there. I mean, I can pop it out, maybe, so you can see the actual. I should have just popped this out when I took the photo. It would have looked kind of cooler. So look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I think this is just fantastic. Now, this frame, if you want to have it displayed as such, it's only displaying like this. Now, you could go like this if you wanted to hang it on the wall, right? But do keep in mind, it does have its little easel back here, so it will prop itself up. This is fantastic because look, how you get this open. Okay, yeah. On this side, right? See a little button? You just pull that open and bam. Now, there is like an indentation here. So maybe actually I'm going to put the cardboard back in there because if you do want to put an image, you could do a piece of glass, an image and a piece of glass in there, no problem. The actual image size here, it's 5.5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so 5.5, 5.5 by 3 3/4, which that's standard, right? That's a standard picture frame size. Richard,
3 by 5 is, I don't know if they have 3.5 by 5.5, but it's pretty close.
pretty close. I feel like you could get a piece of glass for this, no problem. If you wanted to. If you wanted to. But I just love that. And then you just, I mean, it ain't going anywhere. And then you got your little easel back there, but is that not fantastic? Yes, there is signs of age, which I kind of love on this particular piece. I did not clean this one up. I was afraid of taking off any of the remaining gilding, but this would have been like a greenish highlighted. Isn't that fantastic? I love that. It's just such an unusual piece. I love it. So again, it's 5.5. This is the image size, by the way. 5.5 by 3 3/4 by 3 3/4.
So
But
4x6 would easily trim down.
yeah, a 4 by 6. But I mean, but the glass.
Well, you can have glass.
You know what? Hold on, you guys. Let me, because I think I did when I did the measurement so far as like the image, I did it with it closed. But this is bigger, so you could get the glass. Let me, yeah. I'm gonna grab a tape measure here. Because if it was 4 by 6, he's saying hello. Because if it is 4 by 6, I mean, that would make it super convenient. Oh, guess what, y'all? Well, it's 4 1/4 tall. It is 6 inches long. So it is 6 inches long, but it's 4 1/4. So I guess you could get a 4 by 6 piece of glass in there. And then once you closed it, it's not going to go anywhere. So you could get a standard 4 by 6 piece of glass to put in there with your photo. The frame is special. Never have I ever. You know, the Rococos are fantastic and fabulous. Like, let's be honest. This one I think is much more simpler. But if you love that more organic Art Nouveau feel, here you go. So it is $45. It is $45. It will be number 35. Number 35 will get you the Art Nouveau frame. And again, you can do a standard, what did we say? 4 by 6 piece of glass in there. You will have, thank you, Pats. You are going to have like a little bit of a reveal, right? But once you get that shut, it ain't going anywhere. And you can hear, do you hear that click? I loved it. I loved it. Pats, I know it's going to a good home. Congratulations and thank you. Well, I know where you'll be. Okay. What are we doing next? I haven't done a book in a hot minute. Well, you guys, we're going to do some. I got 2 books, 2 little books, and they're small. Okay. The first one we've got is, and I can only, we're going to get into it, but I can give you, it is anywhere between 1880, pardon me, 1880 to 1896. Somewhere in that 16-year period. Okay. It does not have a copyright date, but I was able to narrow it down based on one particular thing. Look it. It is our Holy Bible. Okay. It is a smaller Holy Bible. I didn't do a measurement on it because I wasn't overly 3.5 by 5 1/4, 3.5 by 5 1/4. Isn't that fabulous? We've got the gold gilding on the pages, still nice and shiny. We do have our little, it's a simple clasp. Okay. We open it up. Like I said, there is no copyright on it, but I was, through the information here on publisher page, able to determine that it was somewhere between the year 1880 and 1896, most in particular due to the name Henry Froude down here. Henry Froude was the acting manager, who was it by, of Oxford. printed at the University Press, London. Henry Froude. So Henry Froude was the manager of Oxford Press in London between the years of 1880 and 1896. Then, more specifically, because of the address listed, the office was only here until 1896. So we know that the book was published no later than 1896 and as early as 1880. Come on, research. Look at that. Now, this was interesting because I didn't realize this, but sometimes on some of these, and the pages are in really good condition, you guys. You definitely gonna need to bust out the magnifying glass if you're planning on reading it, but I think it was like 6. So if you don't have, this is in regard specifically to Bibles, but if you do have an antique Bible, oh, I probably could have just looked at the beginning and it would have told me. Where you at, Matthew? Oh, I'm close, you guys. Got Malachi here. Here we go. So if it doesn't have it at the beginning, on a lot of it, you'll have a secondary print page where the New Testament begins. So, you got Old Testament, New Testament. And it told me to look here for a date so that I could be very specific and know the exact year. But unfortunately, they did not print it on the New Testament page either. So if you do have an antique book, just see where your New Testament begins and see if you have another printer page placed in there and see if that date isn't on the New Testament page. Sometimes, obviously, not always, like with this one. The cover on this particular one, this is the kind of like the shiny cardboard. Sometimes they would be in the celluloid, and they are referred to as ivoryette. So this is an ivoryette cover done in the cardstock, the lacquered cardstock, and they were made to look like ivory, right? So again, sometime between as early as 1880, as late as, but no later than 1896, we've got our Holy Bible. Look at that. It is in fantastic condition, you guys. It will be $40, $40 if anybody is interested. $40, number 37. And a very simple clasp on that one. What did I say? Number 37. You do have the little floral vase right there on the front. Not fantastic. Pat's girl. Oh, Val, I appreciate you. I did get Pat's first. Congratulations and thank you, Pat's. Ooh, you're getting some good stuff, sister friend. Okay. Now, up next. This one has got really strong aesthetics, though I have to say it is in German. Are you ready for it? This is from 1872. 1872. Look at that gold gilded. This is leather. We've got the gold gilding. It is the Bible, though it is done in German. We do have some wear. Okay. The binding is still nice and tight. Look at that. No shaking, no separating between the two. Gilding on that is still gorgeous. So we do have some great luster on the pages there. Like I said, it is showing more signs of wear than our last one. All right. But it is in German. So 1872. Now, this one does, in fact, have the date published for us. Okay. 1872. But this book was published for, where am I at? Got to flip back here, guys. Bear with me. Okay. It's the Holy Bible, published by the Evangelical Lutheran Joint Synagogue of Wisconsin and other states. So again, the Evangelical Lutheran, if you don't know, there's two divisions of the Lutheran Church, Evangelical Missouri Synod. Interestingly enough, and you wouldn't think this, but the Evangelical Lutheran division is much more progressive in their beliefs. The Evangelical Lutheran Joint Synagogue of Wisconsin and other states. So this was specifically published for them in German in 1872. But this was a US publication. Why are we publishing? I know. Can you absolutely believe it? The complete and utter audacity of us to have a book publisher publishing a book of the US of A in a different language. Yeah, they did. Because back in the day, we recognized the fact that we did have an immigrant population and that we did want to make them feel welcomed. So US publications would, in fact, publish important texts like the Bible in foreign languages so that people could come here, immigrate to the country, and feel welcome in their native tongue. German being this particular one. The 1872 German Evangelical Lutheran Bible will be $45. $45. Your grandparents were German and Lutheran. Well, Brenda, hi. Not to say that they were alive in 1872, of course, but $45, number 39. Number 39 for our German Evangelical Lutheran Bible, 1872. Okay. I just swallowed a gnat. 1872 on that bad boy. The aesthetic on it is just absolutely beautiful. Okay. Up next, you guys. This is going to go back to what we were saying last week. And I, did all of the information. Maybe it was just too much information for my tiny little brain. I don't know. And I should have known better. But I saw it and it is gorgeous and it is beautiful. And I do not regret it. But you guys, it is a French porcelain, hand painted. This is not glass, this is porcelain. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? There are no chips or cracks to the porcelain. Look at that beauty. She is hand painted. Oh, I love it. We do have, of course, the armaloo. We've got the arms as well as the fitting around the top here. We do have here, so this is two separate pieces. The base would be attached to this fixture. This fixture then is attached to the bottom, to the body. And then we do have the underplate, highly gold gilding. Isn't that fabulous? Now, if you don't like the portrait, again, that is hand painted on the front. You can always turn it around to the back to where you only have the gilding, okay? It is 11 3/4 inches to the handles. I did measure to the handles. 11 3/4 inches to the handles. The gold gilding has been touched up. Let me see if I can find a good spot where it has like shadow. I probably should have tried to look that up before we did the sale, but why would I bother doing that? I don't think my lighting is the best. It's not really helping me right now. They touched up the gold. I don't know. You can kind of, right here. See, this one's a little bit more matte or that one's a little bit more shiny. So they did touch up the gilding on it. They did an overall pretty good job, I gotta say, because it fooled me. But the thing that really fooled me is that I thought this was Sever's French porcelain, Sever's French porcelain. There was a dead giveaway on this one. You see, it says France. And what did we learn last week? That it wasn't until 1890, so 1891 forward to present day, that the United States required all imported goods to be marked with country of origin. This should have been a dead giveaway. Okay. So I know that there is a tremendous rise, especially of French antiques. So I want you to remember anything from 1891 to present will be marked France. That is your first giveaway as to its date, especially when it comes to French porcelain. Severs, most especially. We have a piece of genuine Severs. I am not going to be able to show it to you because it is huge, but it is a porcelain with the armalou, right? The other giveaway, and I was suckered, but in here, you see right here, it's got the two marks right there, and then it says Severs right in the middle of it. Severs never printed their name on the actual porcelain. They only ever used, and this is not the best example because it's a little ornate. You see kind of like that that come down L, almost like the Laverne L. You know what I'm talking about? So it would be two Laverne L's coming at each other, but that is it. You would then see impressed numbers, and those impressed numbers will actually correlate to a very specific date. Okay. Now, this particular piece is what is referred to, and I may mispronounce this because I did horribly in French, but Belle Epique, Belle Epique, which means the beautiful era, in reference to true French Sevres porcelain. This is not. Okay. This was made somewhere between the dates of when? 1891 and 1910. I can because we do know, while this is not a genuine Severs mark, it is a reproduction Severs mark. And these pieces were done strictly to export. Okay. Now, there would have been a lid on here. The lid is missing. Honestly, there's still a tremendous amount of artistry that goes into this piece, especially when we look at the hand painted portrait on there. That yellow, oof, that's gorgeous. So again, I did do the measurement from the tip of the handle down, and it's 11 3/4 inches. 11 3/4 inches. Okay. It is 135 because it is not real Severs. If it was real Severs, we would have been at like 500 plus. Darn. That's okay. It's still an absolutely gorgeous piece. And imagine a beautiful dried floral, or, I mean, if you really want to take it there, imagine doing kind of like a plumy kind of grass or a feathery kind of bouquet coming out of there. That's gorgeous. But no chips or cracks to the actual porcelain. It is still French porcelain. It's just not Severs. So 135, and it will be number 32. Number 32. Number 32. Ostrich feathers. I'm not mad at it, Kim. I'm really not. But I think that you could do something really, it's a really weighty piece, especially because of the vase, so that you could do something larger and it's not going to tip over on you, right? Okay. So we did 135, and that was number 32. Number 32. French porcelain, but alas, not Severs. Womp womp. Okay, we're almost at the end here, folks. We're gonna do, what am I gonna do? We're gonna do the, how do you say it? The chatelaines, the chatelaines. We've got two of them here for you, or the coin purse, the finger coin purses. I've got two available, which this was really, we know what these are for, right? They're coin purses, but we do have the ring on there so that, you could get it on there. You could have your little coins in there, but sometimes they are loosely referred to as the chatelaine. Chatelaine would be French for lady of, lady of. Okay, so you would be referring to the lady or the mistress of the house, and the chatelaine would be like the little keys that they would carry clipped to, or you see maybe the more elaborate ones that have like the perfume bottle, the mirror, the coin purses, right? These are just the little finger ones, so loosely thrown in with the chatelaines, okay? But they're a finger coin purse. We've got one gold gilded, excellent condition. This one is marked German silver. German silver is just a generic term for saying, or I shouldn't say generic, but it is a more fancy name of saying white or pot metal. It's an alloy. I know that you're not going to be able to read it well, but like I said, it says German silver in there. So excellent condition on this one. Does show, of course, signs of wear. Could you imagine? It carried this around with change in it, jingle jangle, and then we do have now this more than likely would have been like a shinier, like a silver plated, but we're not shiny anymore. But still excellent condition. You could still use it if you wanted to, right? So for our gold one here, we will be at 45. 45 for the small bottle of opium. Hey, Pats, whatever gets you through the day. I'm not here to judge. Look at even the beads are still present on that one. $45 for your gold. That will be number 33. 1910 to 1920s, Suzette. 1910 to 1920s on these. So the gold will be 45, and that is number 33. Our silver, or was silver, again, the ring is still present. The silver will be 35. Again, excellent condition. You could still use it. The rings are all still there, so it's not going to fall out on you. That will be $35. $35, and the silver will be 36. 36. So we had 45 on the gold. That was number 33. 35 on the silver. That was number 36. Throwing lots of 30s out there. Okay. What do we got next? We've got a beautiful presentation piece, right? Something a little bit larger, not too large, but I saw it and I loved it. It's simple. That's why I loved it. You ready? We've got a Rogers and Brothers triple plate fruit basket. Look at that. So we do have a clear pressed glass, a clear pressed glass. I semi cleaned this. So I didn't like full on clean it. I did like, to be honest with you, I did go a little heavy on the handle here, but I didn't go too heavy on the floral detailing. So I did leave some of the patina down in the crevices because I liked it. I think it shows the sculpt a little bit better. I do want to point out that there's 2 points of soldering right here and right here that have come loose. Structurally, you're still good to go. And then I did clean a little bit underneath, and I did clean a little bit inside. We did a little bit of cleaning here on the feet. Like I said, I didn't get to and along the ridges here. You'll see that there is still, you'll see we're starting to see some shine, but I did leave patina down in the edges. I liked it. It shows the sculpt off. The little jut outs here are darling. So it is a 4 foot. 2 of them have these little kind of, I don't know what embellishments there. The handle is more of a brassy gold. Then we do have a traditional silver plate on it. Again, going up into that floral detailing. Like I said, there's 2 spots of the welding, 1 and 2. You could, by rights, do some glue. I wouldn't even bother. You cannot tell. It doesn't, like I said, affect the structural integrity of the piece. And then we do have a piece. This is pressed glass, of course, made to look like, your cut crystal, but it is not. I think the pattern's absolutely beautiful on that. Look at that. There's no chips or cracks to it. I love that piece. It just presents so well. Isn't that lovely? Especially with the two-tone metal. I know some people aren't the biggest fan. I really like a two-tone metal. I like it, right? But it's totally subjective. So again, it is Rogers and Brothers. It is triple plate. They actually developed silver plate 1847. They were the United States pioneers of silver plating in Connecticut, of all places. So the basket's 10 inches tall, and then your bowl has a diameter on it of 7 inches, a 7 inch diameter on the bowl. The piece will be $65, and it's going to be number 38. Number 38. And there's your hallmark, by the way. I didn't show that to you. And it does say Roger Brothers, triple plate. Okay. Miss Glowy's going for it. Good get, sister friend. We actually do use a cut crystal bowl here on the counter. And right now we have a little, thank you, Glowy. I really appreciate that. We've got some raised beds out here to the side, which did not do well because the deer raised it twice. But we finally are starting to get tomatoes, cucumbers, peas. I finally today saw that I'm growing peppers, but we just filled it with, we've got tomatoes, cucumber, green beans. They're all fresh too, like legit fresh. You can leave them on the counter for a hot minute. So, but Glowy, congratulations. If you want to stick your own garden vegetables in there, feel free. Bananas, berries, live your life, sister. Put your diamonds and pearls in there. Why not? All right. We're going to do a little bit of RS Prussia. We don't have a lot. We only have a few remaining pieces. Matter of fact, I only have, I have this set and then I have an individual piece set. This is a 3-piece set, you guys. You will get, of course, you're going to get everything, right? Yes, you can. But we just, like I said, I was like, there was like this whole thing, and I saw on Instagram for whatever that's worth, but it plants the seed in my head. And they were talking about, there was someone, I don't know who it was, but they said how they would never sell a piece of silver or silver plate that was tarnished, that they really felt like that it undervalued the piece, and they would never do that. And then of course, you had a wide variety of different comments underneath it. And you know Richard has got a really good silver plate collection, and these are service pieces. So he has elected to polish all of these because, again, these would literally be used for food purposes. So you kind of want to clean them. You don't want to be eating or serving anything off of, 100-year-old grime. So those pieces were polished. We do have a couple of pieces that are full on 100-plus-year patina. But then, like this piece, and I've been doing it with some other people. Like I just did a mirror, as a matter of fact, where I really did like a happy medium. I really wanted to have the piece have like a sense of sparkle, like with Glowy's basket. Like I knew that it was a two-tone metal when we bought it, and I was like, I really think that if we do a light polishing just to get a little sparkle, so that way you get the best of both worlds. Like if you do a light polishing, you get the glimmer, but then like again, leaving like the flowers in there. Like I just did the surface pretty good. You could do better if you wanted glowy, but I really left the patina down in the grooves to showcase, the sculpt a little bit better. That to me is like the happy medium. Unless, of course, you're doing something like food service, then definitely, because I'd be like, ugh, that's gross. Okay, let's do porcelain, right? We're not going to get into the whole RS Prussia because I know that you all remember everything that I said last week, of course. And if you don't, that's okay. You can go back and watch that sale. But these three pieces, these are all marked with the RS Prussia. Okay, so again, we know these are 1891 or later. Okay, they did make pieces up through the 50s. They did. But you were going to get a three-piece set. I am going to show you the pieces one at a time for fear of breaking them. But piece number one is your creamer. Okay. And again, these pieces were meant to be in the cabinet. They were meant to be displayed. None of the pieces have any chips, cracks, or flea bites, by the way. These pieces were meant to show your money, right? Like, look what I can afford. And on top of that, I can afford to not even use them. These were just for display purposes. They never really had the intention of having cream and serving tea out of them. But you are going to get the creamer. I love the colors on this. You are going, I love this. I love a sugar and creamer. I don't know why, but look at that. It's literally angelic. Like it has wings. Like it wants to take off. Look at that. Look how white that porcelain is. Again, it is stamped RS Prussia. No chips or cracks to it. That beautiful floral front, back, and sides. So there's your sugar. This does the lid, by the way, it doesn't look it, but it does fit on there a very specific way. So sugar and creamer. And what good are sugar and creamer if you don't have your teapot? It's so dainty. Okay. Look at that. So again, you've got all of the pieces do coordinate. It is a matching set. It's not similar. It is a matching set. I love that. That pink is so vibrant on those greens. Again, airbrushed on there. Again, you've got your lid. No chips or cracks. Now, the lid to this will fit on. Nope, it is specifically sculpted. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? Again, marked RS Prussia. So for the three, look at the little, can you see the little sculptural detail, kind of like the fleur-de-lis on there? Isn't that lovely? I think it's so pretty. Okay, so for the three-piece RS Prussia tea set, there's no chips, no cracks. You get the teapot, the sugar, and the creamer. You get all three pieces. It is $175, and that is for all three pieces. $175, and it will be number 34. Number 34 on the RS Prussia three-piece tea service set. That beautiful green and pink little rose. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Mm, gorgeous piece. Pieces, I guess I should say. All right. We're down to what? Our last four pieces. Yep, we are. Okay. We're going to switch it up. Okay. We're going to do a two-piece set here. We're going to get out of Prussia and we're going to go back to England. Okay, because we were in England with our Vaseline basket from earlier. We were in England with our Beatrix Potter, right? We're going back. So I'm giving you a two-piece set. It is a biscuit jar and a creamer, okay? Random, but they match. They match. It's not a similar, it is a full-on match. Look at this. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. This is transfer. Okay, so it is not hand painted. Well, the gold, all of the gilding is hand painted. All of the gold gilding. You can see, can you see the brush stroke right here? But the floral, let me double check now. Hold on, y'all. Nope. It's all hand painted. Florals are hand painted, you guys. The florals are hand painted. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at this lid. Isn't that fabulous? All of that was hand painted. The gold was hand painted. Isn't that stunning? Porcelain. Now, oh my gosh, this is marked. I said it was English. It is German. It's German porcelain. It is German porcelain. Am I going crazy? It's because I was only looking at the creamer. It's because I was only looking at the stinking creamer, you guys. So again, the creamer is porcelain. And I was going off of the 8-point. I was going off of the 8-point. Darn, that's okay. It is German. So 1891. This is a pottery mark from a particular studio. I could not for the life of me find it. But then again, I might need to look it up again. I can't at this point because I thought it was English. But the jar is clearly stamped Germany, Royal Crown, Germany. Well, that stinks. That's why you got to look on both pieces, huh? Honestly, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to. I'm not. Look at that. I'm getting blown out. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? That is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous set. So the two-piece German porcelain is going to be 115, 115, and it is, of course, for the set. No chips or cracks to it. 115, and that will be number 36. Number 36. Okay. Numeral 36. And set this stuff over here. Where am I at? Hold on, you guys. I gotta, because I am, my eyes be jumping all over. Okay. Next set is not marked. Oh my gosh, yes it is. Well, that's okay because our previous research is going to let us know exactly what's going on. So you're going to get, okay, it's 3 Ps, but it's technically 2. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't that fabulous? Because look, I'm doing this, right? It was marked on the bottom of the teacup. But the pièce de résistance, look at the biscuit jar. And of course, I was looking at the biscuit jar, not marked. Isn't that fabulous? This beautiful Art Nouveau. It's done in the it's Germany. Remember, it's Royal Vienna. Keeping in mind, Royal Vienna is not an actual manufacturer. Royal Vienna is referring to a style, right? True Royal Vienna would not have had Royal Vienna stamped on it, and it wouldn't have said Germany, right? So it is a later piece. Isn't that gorgeous? No chips, no cracks, German porcelain. The lid, I will say, is a little tricky sometimes to get on because it was sculpted to go on a very specific way. So you've got to be slow and steady with it. There we go. I love the little handles on it. Right? And it very much just ties in. Look at with the teacup. I'm obsessed. No chips, no cracks to it. It's got a great autumnal kind of color palette to it. The saucer, absolutely darling. Again, done in that Art Nouveau style. So the set, teacup and saucer, boy, Michael, and the biscuit jar, you're going to get the whole shebang. Royal Vienna, it will be $80 for the total, right? For everything, $80. And it will be number 42. Number 42 for the Royal Vienna style. Again, Art Nouveau, German porcelain. German porcelain. Okay. We've got another RS Prussia. Let me grab both of my pieces here, guys, since I'm going to be. Okay. So we talked about this particular thing before. Disregard these markings because these are left on intentionally, but just disregard that. It's just a coding system from the again, I'm doing a lot of this on consignment. So this is unmarked. So again, we know this is predating 1890. We know that it's Ars Prussia because they did in fact utilize the Tiffany finish. This is a beautiful, let me take off the lid. There are no chips or cracks to it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to look at the pearlescent in the it's not showing that well. It's got an amazing pearlescent finish to it. Again, referring to that Tiffany finish, we're going back and talking about that Ferville glass. That was just revolutionary back in the day. These are hand painted. I'm double checking at this point. The flowers and accents are, of course, hand painted. Look at that. Look at that handle. Again, not meant to actually pour tea out of. But this isn't a teapot. What is this?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? I love it. Sculptural detailing on the top. This is coming in at 10.5 inches. Again, it is RS Prussia, 1890 or earlier. No chips, no cracks. Beautiful. Unfortunately, this one is not showing up that well for me. It's got a beautiful pearlescent finish to it. Maybe a little bit you're getting it right here, like a flecks of a teal. Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of it there. It's a gorgeous piece. So this one will be 145, 145. Again, no condition issues. And that will be number 44. Number 44. Okay. Let's set this over here. And it's our last piece. We've got one more Royal Vienna piece. Again, style, not a manufacturer, made in Germany. This one is transfer. This one we do have a portrait transfer. Look at that. Oh, I love these handles. I did a boo-boo because I didn't look up her. I should have done that. My bad, you guys. But I love that dark green into that chartreuse at the top. Oof. If you're not a fan, you can certainly turn it. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I kind of do honestly prefer it as such versus the portrait. But who am I? You know what I mean? It's 12 inches tall. 12 inches tall. No chips, no cracks to it. Beautiful piece. It will be, I didn't put a price on it. It is $70. $70, and it will be number 41. Number 41. Okay. And that is our last piece. You want the tea set? Pats, you're going for the tea set, sister friend. It is yours. Let me set this down. You got it, lady. Let me get you. All right. Well, thank you, Pats. Appreciate that. That was it, you guys. That was our sale. So we definitely covered a lot of different eras in tonight's sale. There was definitely a lot of different looks. Again, beautiful Prussian pieces. We had some kitsch here coming in, some Art Deco with our hello uranium glass. So the Beatrix Potter figurines. It was a really interesting sale, and I really enjoyed again bringing some beautiful things. I hope maybe you guys got to learn a couple of things. I thought again, what was really interesting for me was that the Iridil was what was originally referred to as carnival glass, and it just flopped hard, so much so that it literally went to carnivals. Be on the lookout, again, especially because of the rise in popularity of French antiques. And please make sure that you are aware of anything of a certain, like, especially when you go into neoclassical, like the Severs is considered neoclassical styles, with the Armalou on there. Be on the lookout if you want the genuine for any indication of where it was made. That is so important to remember. Again, really interesting when it comes to a lot of those late turn of the century, 1920s, 1930s, romanticizing their glass their glass patterns as a way of making them feel a little bit more luxurious. So interesting early marketing plays on that. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. I hope that you guys have too. I think what is next week? I think I'm going to be back for a sale next week, so do be on the lookout for previews. I will update you guys one way or the other. Thank you, of course, to everybody who made a purchase this evening. I will get your stuff wrapped up nice and tight and send out your invoices tomorrow afternoon about 12 or 1. The extravaganza, Kim, is going to be September 17th, 18th, and 19th. So we're definitely not going to be doing a sale that is the third weekend in September. So I'm not going to be doing a sale because we will have just done well, technically, I guess for us, it'll be a 4-day event. So we're not doing it that. I'll be over it probably. So, I hope that you guys have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. So be safe out there and have fun. And I will see you guys next week. Good night, everyone. Bye.